Today we're making homemade applesauce in the crock pot. This is the easiest and coziest way I know to make it. I love homemade applesauce. Just load up your crock pot, let it simmer all day. By the end of the day, you've got comfort in a bowl. Now I do have a few apples already cut up in here. I'm using around 8 pounds of apples for this batch. And I put a little bit of cinnamon, about a couple of pinches, a little dash, and I mean a dash of cloves. Some people put cloves in, some don't. I like the cloves in there. And then I've already started, I put a little bit of water in just to cover the bottom. You don't want much water. It's really more like a splash, but mine just covers the bottom and then I belong to the crock pot. Now the apples I'm using today came from the store. They are organic. Sometimes you use a variety of apples. Okay, I'm going to peel and core these. I'm going to rough chop them, and then I'm going to cut them in quarters, well, really smaller than quarters. Just slice them up, not totally thin, a little thicker. And you don't have to, just rough, you don't have to get these exact or anything like that. They're going to cook down. After they cook, I'm going to cook them on high. I can only get organic in these galas, so that's what I'm using. Had I been out of town, I probably could have got a mixture of some organic apples, different kinds. These are not locally grown. I do have an orchard a couple hours away from me, and I love to go there, and I'll be going there soon getting their fall apples because I like local grown. Even though they're not organic, farmers in this area that are small farms, they're not going to use those massive amount of chemicals that big corporations do, and I like to support the local farmers. Sometimes people, I know you make applesauce with the peeling on. You have to run those through a food mill to get the peelings out, separate the peeling from the apple. I just find it easier to peel my apples. The beauty, I guess, if you left the apples cooking there and had a food mill, you would get the benefit of, since these are organic, you would get the benefit of some nutrients, juice from the juice of the apple peel. But I'm peeling mine today. And when I get through with this applesauce, I'm not canning it. I used to can my applesauce. I now just put it in bags in the freezer. I just find it's easier, and a lot of people don't have jars, maybe don't have the equipment to can a water bath or however you want to do that. So this is just super easy. Just freeze it. I love apples in all kinds of dishes. I am a big fan of apple pie. I like apple cake. I like apple breads. We'll be working on some of those as we go through the apple. I love baked apples. We make baked apples quite often because we really like them. And once that's peeled and cored, I'm going to cut it in about 4 pieces for a half. And that's about what size I would do. But again, there's no exact size. You're going to mash them up anyway. Take the next one. We'll core it. Cut the core out. If there's any bad spots or bruising, I just cut that off. I can't wait to go to the apple farm, and I just love doing that. I like to go to any farms. They're fun. They sell some pasture-raised beef there too, which I like to stock up on. Local is, to me, always best. What I can't grow, I try to get locally if I can. I can't always. I still buy many things in the grocery store, but I'm not big on processed food, so try to avoid those. Chunk it up. Get the rest of these apples in the crock pot. I'll plug it up on high, and I'll watch it, and then we'll go to the next step when they're really, really tender. Now these apples cook 6 to 8 hours. I have already mashed them some. Well, they were really hot. They're cooled off a little bit now. I put a little extra sugar, a little extra cinnamon, and a little extra cloves. You just really season them to taste. You know, whatever tastes good to you, that's how you want them. I don't like mine mashed real fine. I just like a few, enough mashes that they're chunky. I like my applesauce chunky. And so that's how we do it. But you make it the way you want it. You can even blend it in a blender if you wanted it really smooth, like the kind you buy in the store sometimes. But I like mine chunky, where it really has that apple taste. But again, do it the way you want it. Just the way I like my applesauce. Chunky and a little sweet. Mmm. Mmm. That is so very good. I hope you'll try this. We're going to have some of the warmest, coziest, sort of tastes like apple pie to me. Same kind of seasonings, but it's just good all year long. You have apple pie without the crust.